Hello, my friends. Russell Wright, domainauthoritystacking.com and networkempire.com. I wanted to announce that we have released a private impromptu webinar. I guess Jimmy and Sue would have called it an emergency webinar for the Domain Authority Stacking course. And I'm going to go ahead and look ahead at the screen now. Sorry about the weird camera angle. It's just the way that it's set up this morning. It's called the Bonus Emergency Webinar 2015 Domain Authority Stacking Update. And the way that it started was we have a couple of graphics that have been floating around. And we don't need to mention who's made them because everybody is making their own types of graphics. We call these process maps. The accurate name is actually concept maps. People are trying to follow the link flow of trust and authority and properly create them without blowing themselves up. And several of the diagrams that Jimmy has seen come across his plate are potentially dangerous to your website and to yourself. So we wanted to make sure that everybody who is in the Domain Authority Stacking course has access to that. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and leave the link below. You will need to log in to your Domain Authority Stacking website using your username and password. For those of you who do not have the course, it is available. The price to the Domain Authority Stacking course has gone up because it's gotten so popular that it requires a lot of maintenance at this point because it has been in high demand, and we didn't really expect it to be in as high demand as it is. And we have to spend a lot of time maintaining and organizing the Skype room. In case those of you who don't know, we have a really, really cool Skype room where occasionally people will throw things out. It's a perpetual mastermind group, which is an experiment that we have done with some of our courses that go on forever, where you only pay once and you're always a member. And I just wanted you to be aware of this update because it's pretty huge. I'm trying to think what else we went over. Here's one of the diagrams that we go over. Okay, and we make some corrections. And Jimmy and Sue get into explaining a little bit more about what's going on in
the page and say, hey, I bet if I'm talking about
here's the unnamed updates and how to start looking at updates and how to look at these types of process maps more effectively and what might be some of the problems and challenges with that link flow. Okay, with that trust and domain authority and trust. Okay, so that's really all that we have for you today. Domainauthoritystacking.com. And we look forward to seeing you on the inside. If you are not yet a member, please do consider. Remember, the web is a moving target, and you never know exactly what's going to change when it comes to technical SEO. Okay, so you want to make sure that if you're going to play around with these mechanisms, if you're going to play around with these methods of stacking and sculpting, trust and authority, and trust flow, you really need to know what you're talking about, and you really need to make sure that you test properly before you actually do some of this stuff on your main websites. Okay, good. We look forward to seeing you on the inside.